This is the what to expect when you are selling real estate in the greater St. Louis, St. Charles marketplace. So today's topic is going to be what to expect when you are under contract. So first things first, congratulations, you've secured a buyer, you are now under contract. So your agent will be coming by and swapping out your sign that has said for sale to pending or under contract. This is also the time that your buyer will be dropping off their earnest money to their title company. And I say there because we are in a market here where we have dual closings. The seller can have their own title company and the buyer can pick their own title company. The next thing the buyer will be doing is ordering their home inspections. These inspections usually take about 2 to 4 hours, so plan to be away from home during this time. You do not want to be there during this. The buyer has 10 days to complete their home inspections and then deliver to you in writing on what's called an inspection notice what they would like repaired or possibly a monetary compensation on. Now, once they deliver this to you in writing, we now have another 10 days in our market to negotiate back and forth between buyer and seller and try to come to terms on their request. Okay, by this time, your agent should have introduced you to the title company that you will be using. And you will receive what's called a seller letter to sign electronically. Now, this is very important to get this back in a timely manner. This is how the title company knows how to work in your behalf, because you will be giving them the information like who all is on title and owns this home, any liens like mortgages or home equity line of credit that you have on the home. They need to know all this so they can work in your behalf and make any final payoffs in your behalf out of your proceeds at closing. Okay, by now your buyers should have scheduled their final walkthrough of the home, and this isn't a time for them to come back through and nitpick at other things and find other things that might need to be repaired. This is just so they can see the home is in the same condition as when they made the offer and that all the repairs that you did agree to make during their inspections, that you have done that. This is a very important time for me to talk about fraud that's going on currently. So if you get anyone reaching out to you asking for sensitive banking information, posing as the title company, do not give them any information. Reach out to your realtor and your title company immediately. If something sounds suspicious to you, it's probably not right. So reach out to your title company or your realtor about this before you do anything. After you have gotten through the inspections with the buyer, your buyer's lender will be ordering the appraisal. So look for that appointment to come through. It's very important to be accommodating to the appraiser. We love to get off on the right foot with the appraiser. It's okay for you to be home during this time, but just don't engage in any conversations with the appraiser. Let them do their job, and certainly do not ask them what they think your home is worth. One other thing that you'll want to do is you might live in an area that you have a municipal inspection. St. Louis County has quite a few areas that does. St. Charles County has very few, but ask your agent and they can help you get in contact and get that completed prior to closing. Okay, now we're heading toward the finish line, the closing day. So by now your realtor should have reached out to you and set up your closing time. And what's fantastic about our marketplace as a seller, you can sign your closing docs 1 to 2 to 3 days ahead. And if you're already out of town, don't worry, they can be overnighted to you and they will give you instructions on how to sign them and get them back to the title company. Okay, by now your buyers should have scheduled their final walkthrough of the home, and this isn't a time for them to come back through and nitpick at other things and find other things that might need to be repaired. This is just so they can see the home is in the same condition as when they made the offer and that all the repairs that you did agree to make during their inspections, that you have done that. It's very important to leave any garage openers or keys in the home at this time. And when you do go to the title company for your closing, make sure you have your driver's license or a legal form of ID that's required for the notary. So the buyer does not take possession until funding happens, and that's when all parties have signed all the documents with their title companies They have shared these with the lender is satisfied with everything, and then they push the button to release the funds to you, and that's called funding. So that is when the buyer takes possession. So at this time, it's very important that you be fully vacated. So congratulations, you have sold your home.